All right, welcome back to Cruise Control, and today we're going to compare two fun vehicles, the Mazda 3 Turbo versus the new upcoming WRX. Let's get to that right now.
Welcome to Cruise Control. My name is Eric, and we're going to start looking at some new cars and used cars to find out what's the best option for you. Let's see what's up next.
All right, so I don't have any solid numbers as far as acceleration and things like that of the new WRX, so I'm going to be using the previous model, which is the current one that's out right now, as the benchmark. I'm sure that the new one will be very similar, maybe slightly quicker, because it did get a little bit more horsepower, and even though the torque didn't change, I suspect it's still going to be a little bit faster. So a lot of these times that I'm going to tell you, keep in mind that is the current 2021 WRX with the 2-liter, not the 2.4. But the pictures that I'm going to be showing you and the vehicle that I'm going to choose at the end of this video is going to be based on the next gen and what I think the pricing is going to be. So let's get to that right now. So let's start off with the Mazda. I think the Mazda is the best looking. I'm already going to tell you that right now. I think it's better looking inside. I think it's better looking outside. I think it's the better looking vehicle. I think the Mazda 3 is very high class looking. I don't like the torsion beam suspension that's in the back. If you're gonna make something look premium, then give me an independent rear suspension, Mazda. I don't like that you cheaped out. Don't charge me $31,000 for something with a subpar suspension in the back. So I'm already gonna say that right off the bat. Now, power numbers, I think they're inflated. I don't think they're real. They say it's 250 horsepower and 320 foot-pounds of torque, which I just don't believe based on the acceleration times that are on here, and we'll get to that in a second. That's with premium. If you're not using premium, it's 227 horsepower and 310 foot-pounds of torque. That 310 and 320, I don't believe you, Mazda. I just don't. Let's get to the acceleration times. It only comes with a 6-speed automatic. Thank you for not having a CVT, and shame on you for not having a manual. So the 6-speed automatic hits 60 in 5.6 seconds, which is okay. Quarter mile is only 14.1. So you're telling me with 320 or 310, depending on what fuel type you have, of torque, that you can only get 0 to 60 in 5.6 with all-wheel drive and a quarter mile time of 14.1? I don't believe you. Fuel economy is actually pretty impressive for this much power, if the power is to be believed in all-wheel drive. 23 in the city, 32 on the highway, 27 on average. Most people actually get, if you look at Fuelie, about 25, 26 on average, but still not bad fuel economy numbers. Now, as far as the price is concerned, I built my own on Mazda's website, and I'm going to tell you right now, it came out to pretty reasonable pricing, actually. So the one that I built was $31,045. So not bad. Turbo, it has the nice fake leather interior, heated seats, it looks great. I mean, it's just an all-around great looking car. Now let's go ahead and get to the upcoming WRX. The WRX that I built is a 2021 model as far as pricing is concerned, because I don't have the exact pricing of the upcoming model. So keep that in mind when I'm doing the comparison. But I will tell you that right off the bat, the WRX that I built was $75 less. So I saved $75 building the WRX, got almost all the same features that are in the Mazda. It's missing one specific thing. This was $30,970 for a 2021 WRX. This was the premium that I built. I still wanted to match the heated seats that the Mazda had and a lot of the features that the Mazda had. There's one great feature that this has over the Mazda, and of course, that is the 6-speed manual. So that's fantastic. What it does not have is that fake leather, so it's cloth. Some people may like cloth. It depends on what you're doing. In a WRX, I'm gonna say cloth is probably better because you don't wanna be sliding around the seats very much because you're probably gonna be doing a lot of fun driving, especially with the manual. So it's actually probably better suited for cloth. I wish it was Alcantara is my wish. So, you know, there's that. Now let's go ahead and look at what the previous generation Subaru did as far as acceleration, because again, I don't have the upcoming one in CVT form, which is going to be their version of an automatic, slightly slower than the Mazda in the quarter mile. So 14.3 versus 14.1, but slightly faster, 0 to 60, 5.5 versus 5.6. Much worse fuel economy, 19 in the city, 25 on the highway, 22 average. So fuel economy tanks in the CVT. It's actually much better with the 6-speed manual, which is what I would get. With the 6-speed manual, your acceleration times include 0 to 60 in 5 seconds flat, quarter mile in 13.8 seconds, and your fuel economy in the city goes up to 21, 28 on the highway, 25 overall. So it's better with the manual and it accelerates better. So obviously I would want the manual. Power on the previous generation is 268 horsepower, 258 torque. The upcoming one, the new gen, the WRX that's coming out with the 2.4 is going to have 271 horsepower, so 3 horsepower more, but it keeps the same torque. I'm not sure if they're underrating the upcoming model because they don't want it to overstep the WRX STI, which is the top dog one. The STI was rumored to have 400 horsepower. I'm going to tell you it's probably more like 345. That's my guess, but we'll talk about that in another video. But the acceleration times, even though it's only 3 horsepower more, I do actually expect it to go under the 5-second barrier, maybe 4.8. 0 to 60 and probably quarter mile closer to 13.6, maybe 13.5 with the manual. The CVT, I don't know how much it'll change. I wouldn't buy the CVT anyway. As far as which one I like better, let's go down the things that I like about the Mazda. Let's go down the things that I like about the Subaru. So of course on the Mazda, I told you I think it looks better. So interior and exterior styling is subjective. You guys can like whichever one. And I don't care if we're talking about the 2021 WRX or if we're talking about the 2022 WRX. I still like the Mazda styling exterior and interior better. That's my opinion. Please tell me yours down below. Now, as far as what I would get, I would buy the Subaru. And because it comes with the manual, and especially with the new 2.4 liter, I believe that new 2.4 is actually going to be a little bit better performer than the horsepower numbers are leading. And I think with a quick tune, you could be at 300 horsepower, and I just want a manual. That's the main reason why I would get it, is because of a manual. If the Mazda had a manual, I'd probably buy the Mazda, if I'm being honest. I don't like the torsion rear suspension that's on the Mazda. That's a big detractor to me. I think if you're going to be talking about premium Mazda, you shouldn't be putting such cheap suspension work in the back. But I do like the looks of it. I think the interior and exterior is just amazing to look at, but it doesn't have a manual. So that is the primary reason why I would buy the WRX. And the upcoming WRX, I believe, won't stray too far from the pricing that I'm listing right now. This one's $30,970 for the premium model. I think the premium model of the upcoming WRX is probably going to go up $1,000, maybe to $32,000. So pricing's not going to change that much, but I get to keep my manual. So that is the main reason why I would get the new Subaru. Plus, the Subaru, I know that there's mixed bag reviews on the cladding up front and the cladding in the back. People don't like that. I actually like it. You plan on taking the Subaru in dirt, in snow, off-road a little bit, maybe to the track. You don't want your paint to get chipped, and you won't have to worry about that with the new WRX. So that's pretty cool to me. And then the symmetrical all-wheel drive system, I believe, is superior to Mazda's all-wheel drive system. So those are some things as to why I would get the Subaru, but primarily I would buy the Subaru because it has that 6-speed manual, and I want to save the manuals until we all have to go to EVs. Tell me which one you guys would choose down below. Are you guys going to get the Mazda? Are you guys going to get the WRX? Or would you guys buy something else? My name's Eric. This is Cruise Control. Have a good one.